Hello all, it's Vanessa Valjean and I'm so excited to bring to you another video today. Today I will be speaking about fashion as a means of empowerment. Whoa, some of you watching may be like, fashion? Fashion as a means of empowerment? Yes. I have learned the past few years that fashion can drastically change your life. So when it comes to the word empowerment, we need to realize how multidimensional it is. It does not just look like, jumping out an aeroplane to overcome a fear. It does not just look like attending a public speaking conference so then you can become a better speaker. It is in the mundane. You can create habits and practices that encourage you to be empowered and confident in your day-to-day lives. And for me, fashion has been my passion, and it's taken me places and it will continue to do so. So a little bit about me. In 2020, I started a clothing brand called Valjean. Now, I am Zimbabwean and Dutch, and I thought it wise to discuss matters of racial politics to further a more positive representation of Black identity. I decided to do this creatively because people love aesthetics. People love looking at things. It's a bit harder to sit down and have conversations about sensitive matters. So I thought, you know what, let me use art, let me use a clothing brand in particular to convey these messages. So the slogan of my brand is to be vigilant is to be liberated. Now, the designs that we had were colourful. I had a friend of mine be a model. She's very creative and out the box with her fashion sense. She had like rock punk influence fashion, piercings and an afro. It was just gorgeous, and it just emulated strength, fire, zeal and confidence, despite being in a world where people may come for her identity, whether that's race or sexuality or whatever it may be. But we sent a message through clothing. Okay, so little intro done. We're gonna break it down a little bit. We're gonna speak about the effects of fashion from an individual stance, and then also how that may influence and empower people externally. Firstly, as someone who struggles with depression and anxiety, I am on antidepressants. Dopamine dressing has changed my life. Right, so psychologically speaking, we have what we call a chemical, and the more psychological term is neurotransmitter, called dopamine. This is a chemical that makes you happy, it boosts your mood, it's good. Now, psychological studies into fashion have shown you that the way you dress can increase your dopamine levels. It can positively affect your mood. I was like, what? You know how you feel when you've had like a piece of chocolate and you feel good, or you go on a little run? Fashion can have that same effect. So you may wake up feeling slumpy, feeling tired like me, you got a lot of work and content to shoot, but you're not energized. Well, your wardrobe and what you piece together can aid your mood and thus forth have positive effects on your productivity. Why? You feel good about yourself, right? You feel good about yourself. Now, the stylistic choices for this video are a result of this practice. I felt so tired, I'm carrying a baby, I'm constantly sleeping, but I decided to wear red. Red, because red is fiery. This explains my hair choice for fringe. And then the scarf I decided to bring into it because it's Christmassy and it's festive, and it almost brings this kind of Vogue feel to myself and this video. So it made me feel Parisian, it made me feel fiery, and this is exactly what I wanted to emulate to you. Now, hopefully, this effect will go beyond myself. So you may look at me and be like, ooh, when you see a girl with red lipstick, like, she looks sharp. Or you see a man in a nice suit with a lovely tie and a fresh trim, he just looks great. The reality is how we dress can positively affect others too. I remember when I went from wearing more conservative in the box dressing to just being expressive. So when I had interviews, I'd wear green because that makes me feel more charismatic. I'd want to communicate a regal vibe about myself, so I'd wear like a goldy yellow. you know, sometimes I want to be a bit more authentic. So you may see me on my socials with a bonnet on my head or my hair looking scruffy. Fashion can share a message. One last thing to tie this all together. During the I want to say 60s, I could be so wrong, please fact check, the Yoruba tribe from Nigeria utilized fashion as a tool of empowerment, as a tool of liberation. They were under the colonial regime, and what happened was there was a very Western monotone code of dress, like imposed on them, and in the process of this, they neglected their traditional colourful garment, which resembled joy and freedom. Now, to empower themselves and send a message, they started dressing in that again, and bam, that aided liberation, arguably. So it has been your favorite vigilant butterfly. I hope this video sparks something new, provokes some thought. Thank you guys. Bye.